Good morning, everybody. Here is, well, we're getting to kind of an empty nest, actually. We put out our radishes, we put out our other brassicas, which was kale, and the early Jersey Wakefields. And so now we need to plant some more seeds, which means we need to make soil blocks. And these guys are ready to go in. Look how beautiful those are. So anyway, seed planting in the next couple of days, and but we've been getting a lot of moisture, so let's go outside and look at the water situation. All right, well, you know, you're gonna see my messy yard too, so that's just part of it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Be brave. Okay, so we're getting lots and lots of water. Oh yeah, look at that, right up to the top. Just pouring right in there. You know, if you live in a place where you get lots of water, this is not going to be maybe the same, but it's pretty exciting for us here in the old high desert, because that does not happen a lot. And then so the overflow is this hose. Let's see if you can see this hose right here. Goes all the way up to the tank. Very low tech. And it comes out. Let's see. I'll go look around back over here where we just were, and the tank's down there, so it comes out of the bottom of the tank down there. Okay, but up here, look at that. Just flowing right in there. Beauty. That's 300 gallons there. The one that we just came from is 1,600 gallons. And then this here, we'll just sort of take care of this area right here, which we have. Jay has a bunch of herbs in here, and then we also have a Concord grape we put in last year, who is right there. So we're looking very forward to their participation. Looks like there's a vetch growing in the bottom down there. Jay probably planted some vetch. Vetch is hairy vetch. It is great for fixing nitrogen, and it sprawls, so it provides a lot of ground cover for several feet all around it without competing with too many things. So it's a pretty great way to grow. We have a lot of it in the hoop house. I'll point it out. All right, well, let's see. So that's the water over here, and since it's a water day, let's just go look at the other water. Okay, well, here we are on the other side of the house. So that is that's the tank we were just looking at. That is going up the hill. Over that way is the overflow, so it goes over that way. So we were just looking at that, and now we're over here on this side of the house. More junk. You know, you just get piles of junk. You know, it's okay. I have a little bit of shame about the junk, but I'm gonna work through it because, you know, there's water. Oh yeah. Hello, water. You know, it's pretty awesome. This tank is also 1,600 gallons, and it looks like it's about maybe 2/3 full or something like that. Maybe 5/8. All right, now we'll walk up to where we pump the water to up the hill above the hoop house. Okay, we'll just cut through the oak grove right here. It's just above the house. There's the hoop house there, and let's see, if we turn around, you'll be able to see the water tank we were just looking at is right down there underneath. All right, so if we pump it up, a couple of ways. We have a little 12-volt pump sometimes we use. We have an electric plug-in that we use. And this is just a little cheapy Harbor Freight. Well, it wasn't that cheap, but I mean, you know what I mean. I think they call it a sprinkler pump, but it moves the water up here pretty fast. And then we also have a what they call a trash pump, which is like an electric pump that we're gonna go the other way. Anyway, it goes up this pipe, goes through here. let's see, through here, through the woods, and we'll walk around this other side and go up there. Maybe I'll just leave it on. The birds are singing, so I'll just shut up. It's so nice this morning. All the lichens popping. Let's give you a picture of that, because man, it's so wild. You know, I bet we're gonna get a lot of flowers this spring. It's a little bit more moisture than we usually get. We call him Phil. Anyway. So anyway, there's the hose right there. You can see that's the pipe coming up from down at the tank. And I don't know, it's probably like 100 feet of hose. So, you know, pumping it that far, that much friction or whatever. And it probably rises, I don't know, maybe 8 feet. I've never really checked. But anyway, here we are. This is the bigger tank. And this one is 3,000 gallons. So we have two 1,600 gallon tanks down below, plus that 300 gallons. And then this one here, which is nice and full. Hello, water. And then this spot is above, try not to fall off the ladder here, the hoop house. Alright, so let's go down there now. Maybe we'll edit some of this out. And so we have two setups. One setup, we have this 1.5 inch poly pipe here, which provides a nice amount of volume down here to the hoop house. And I think when the tank is full to the top, you know, we have probably maybe 10 feet of head pressure. So then I think that's you get about 5/8, I think, of a PSI for every foot. So anyway, you know, it's not great, but it's perfectly fine. And one day we'll probably move this tank up to that plateau up there, which will double that. So, but if you want to run drip tape and things like that in your setup, your kind of emitters, I think you need somewhere around 8 PSI, pretty steady. And you have to take into account if you know, bigger diameter hoses are going to be able to provide more volume and make maybe maintaining that PSI easier. Anyway, blah blah blah. Let's see what's going on in the hoop house. So I was going to say the snow falls off the hoop house, and along the sides there's actually a row right here, and then there's a trough on that side that's full of wood chips. So all this water soaks in, so we get a lot of extra water along this row on the side. This one we haven't developed since we put the hoop house in. This, where the hoop house is, used to all be just kind of rows all the way across, and we've done all kinds of different concoctions of gardening and stuff. So, but being able to sink the water into the sides of the hoop house and then have this row here, and this one's all strawberries right now, and there's probably some onions in there too. But being able to take the water from the snow that falls on the hoop house and put it in the ground, because I don't know if I mentioned this, but water is super important. It's probably our limiting factor here, and we try to are pretty successful to use only collected water off the roof And then also just strategies like this where we have crops growing where we're displacing water off of a structure or something. You can really do a lot, especially if you can produce a microclimate sort of in or around that structure. So if you have existing structures, and then this whole front right here is all strawberries too. Well, they didn't all make it, so it's about half strawberries, but anyway. But if you take the water off of a structure, and you can get good clean water off of it, our roof is metal panel, so that's good. And this whole side right here is one of our outdoor beds. And then this right here is also all full of wood chips. So, and it's, it just dries out so fast here, once it dries out. So anything we can do to cover the ground to keep the water in is, well, that's going to get you, that's everything. I mean, without that, you don't have anything. So, yay, water! Pretty excited to get this little extra bit of water. We have so little water that just a little bit at the right time just makes all the difference for life. And I'm just really happy that we had such a nice bit of it. Okay, well, let's go look in the hoop house. Oh, good morning, everybody. I covered them up yesterday about 10 in the morning because it started snowing. It was actually a little bit warmer earlier that yesterday morning, and so I came out and covered them up. So they've been covered up all day yesterday, and then I don't know, it's probably maybe, I have no idea what time it is now. It's probably about 9 or 10, and we're at 9:30. Let's see. I think we're supposed to get, it is still a little bit cold in here. I'm not positive I want to uncover them yet. But let's see, we could peek in there. Hello! Good morning, everyone. Like, yeah, close the door. So I think I'm going to wait a little while. And of course, garlic don't care. Yep. Does not care. Let's see what the temperature and humidity is. All right, more piles of junk. I'm going to clean up this year. I swear. Let's see. Maybe I'll edit this out. Maybe not. So it's 80% humidity, and it's 45.8 degrees, which is pretty great. It's probably 10 degrees warmer in here right now. Even as it's super overcast, there's hardly any light coming through, but it's enough to give us a 10-degree bump in here. And so once we get a little bit more light, we'll open everything up. Maybe we'll come check it out again. All right. Peace. Plant some seeds. Yeah, I forgot to say what the second way we get water down there is, and that is just through this garden hose right here, which, again, especially when you're dealing with low pressure, being able to have more volume in there helps, because at least you're not having pressure drop due to not enough volume, right? So, because when you're on the edge, you don't have much to deal with. This is so this is 3/4 inch as opposed to 5/8 garden hose, is all I'm saying. And then this is like I don't even know what you call it, like a valve, but I think it's a valve for, might be a hot water heater or something. But anyway, it's a gate that comes all the way up so that this whole section gets opened up. Some valves, if you look in there and you open them all the way up, they don't really open up that far. And so that's a restriction on your system. And again, if you have a lot of pressure, so you can push a lot of water past that, it doesn't really matter. But if you don't have a lot of pressure, again, the more you can keep restrictions out of there, the better you are. And also, the shorter the hose, also, the better off you are, because the more hose you're running, the more friction. Yeah, okay.